What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to GoTV. As some of you may know, I like to do a lot of mountain biking, especially on the weekends. I go with a couple friends, a couple neighbors, and we hit some pretty aggressive trails. I'm not a good a rider as I used to be when I was probably in my early 30s, late 20s. I used to do a lot of mountain biking. I used to do some competition riding. But I stopped riding for quite some time, and I got back into it actually this past year. And we've been going every weekend, probably 5 to 10 miles in the woods. And I've been wearing sneakers to do it, and they sneakers are okay, but I don't think they're very protective on the feet. And when I ride my motorcycle, I wear very good boots, steel toe with steel shank. I want to make sure if my feet ever slip off the pegs and I smack a curb with it, they're going to be well protected. And I feel the same way about when I go mountain biking. So I saw an ad on Facebook that popped up for Indestructible shoes, and they look like sneaker, and they're actually meant for that you can wear on a job site because they have steel toe, and they have a what do you call it, Kevlar sole, so nails can't go through, and you can drop a hammer on your feet and you won't feel it. And the material that's made out is very strong, very durable. So I want to get something that was durable for the trails because we go over a lot of rocks, a lot of slippery rocks. If you're coming down a downhill and your feet slip off and there's some rocks in the area, you want to make sure your feet are protected because if anything happens to your feet, it'd be tough to pedal out of that type of terrain. So I got a pair of Indestructible shoes that I ordered from their website, and they actually have a whole line of very cool shoes. And I'll show you a pair I just ordered. They're called the Airline, and these are them. Really nice, grippy tread on the bottom, and the material here is like just incredibly durable. And then we have a steel toe that's actually really nice, and they don't look like a work shoe. They just look like a like a CrossFit type shoe, a little sneaker type, but very rugged. So I'm going riding tomorrow. I'm going to put these through the test, and we'll see how these things hold up. I know I'm not gonna see how great they are just from one ride, but I will be wearing these for the next few weeks until winter comes in. And that's Roxy barks, and she's, watch her. See that? She sees the neighbor's dog. Let's go, Rox. Roxy. Let's go. That's Max on the right. There's Roxy looking at Willow, our neighbor's dog. She just loves her, but she just barks like crazy. But anyway, back to what we're doing. So we're going to give these a shot tomorrow, see how good they hold up, and I will give you my review when I get back.
4 to 6 weeks later.
What's going on, my YouTube friends? Welcome back to GoTV. So a little while back, I bought a pair of Indestructible shoes, and I wanted to ride with them for a while. I wanted to use them for mountain biking. So every time with sneakers and things like that, they're made very cheap, and they wear out real quick, and there's always issues with them. So I wanted to try these Indestructible shoes, and trust me, Indestructible shoes is not paying me for this review by any means. I bought the shoes on my own. They were roughly around $60 delivered, and wanted to give them a shot. I saw a lot of videos online about how strong they are and um, durable. People wear them at work sites. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe they'll be good mountain biking. So just to show you what I ride, I was riding this old school Trek hardtail, the 4300s, probably from '04, '05. I'm not really sure. But I beat the hell out of that every weekend. This whole pandemic made me ride even more because I was, working from home, and gave me an opportunity to go out a little bit more. But recently, I just purchased this. This is a 2020 Canyon Neuron 7, aluminum frame, dual suspension, and I actually just got this. So I took this out. Today was my second time riding it, and absolutely love it. Great bike. Not cheap by any means compared to an older Trek like that, but great bike and worth every penny that I'm paying for it. And it was a lot of fun. So I'm a semi-aggressive rider. I'm not a professional RC racer type of dude. I like to go down rough terrains and some mile jumps and some decent downhills with a lot of rocks, and I wanted to invest the money in something that I enjoy doing, and I urge you guys to do the same as well. If you enjoy doing something, you can't put a price on the cost of things to do that. But anyway, getting back to these shoes. So I purchased them for mountain biking because a lot of times some of the hills and things we kind of walk up and there's a lot of rocks, a lot of gravel, a lot of wet leaves, and sometimes we're walking through river, small, not rivers but brooks, where your feet get wet and they get slippery and things of that nature. So I wanted to give these a shot, and this is what they look like after. My introduction video was probably about 6 or 7 weeks ago, and I wanted to really put these through the ringer and really ride with them and really kind of abuse them in a way, just to see how durable they really are. So this is what they look like. They actually look like from the day I bought them. They're a little dirty. I had to put a gel insole in. So I want to talk about basically, the good things about this shoes, and then I want to talk about the negative things about this shoe. So the tread is great. You can kind of see how they really dig into my pedals, because on my pedals I have these spikes that kind of dig into your shoe. So when you're going downhill, your foot is secure; it doesn't slip off the pedals. So as far as that, awesome, great shoe, strong, durable. I've walked through water with them, and they don't take a week to dry. They seem, and I don't know if it's the material that it's made out of, but they seem to dry within a couple days. Today's Sunday, and I actually walked through a river with them last week, and by midweek they were dry because I was checking them, and I'm not sure if it was the type of material. Maybe it dries fast. I don't know. Maybe a lot of air goes through it. But it was interesting how quick they dried. As far as walking on wet leaves and rocks, these shoes grip like crazy. Never had an issue slipping. Never had an issue, on wet leaves, like slipping on wet leaves. They just grip really, really well. The other thing is they're not. So the negatives about it. I want to get to the negatives about it. So they're not very light, and that's one of the issues a lot of mountain bikers are concerned about is carrying extra weight. And Look, it makes sense that they're not light. They're meant to be heavy duty. They're meant to, you're supposed to be able to drop a, cinder block on your toes, and it's meant to protect it. And it's got a Kevlar. I think it's a Kevlar shank that goes through the sole. So that adds a lot of weight to it. So just to give you a rough idea how much these weigh compared to a pair of regular sneakers, pair of regular I wear Under Armour sneakers. They are 1.4 ounces. So 1 pound 4 ounces. These weigh in at 2.12 ounces. So slightly under 3 pounds, which is, for a mountain biker, that's a lot of extra weight to carry. I would love to see them make a mountain biker specific shoe. I think the construction of it is really, really well. I mean, this is like, I've been through. I really put these through hell and back with some of the trails that we've been riding on, and some of the rocky terrain, and that we've been walking on. So construction wise, really well. If they could figure out a way of making them maybe a pound lighter, would be great. Maybe the steel toe part wouldn't be so necessary. Maybe just a section here, like maybe the tip could be steel. Because I'm not gonna mountain biking. I'm not gonna drop anything on it. If anything, my foot may slip off and kick a rock, and that's where that would be beneficial. So the weight of it is definitely one of the issues with this. The other issue that I saw was the soles aren't very comfortable, the insole. So first time riding it just seemed like, I wear a size 10 shoe, and it just seemed like it wasn't very cushiony, and there was too much room in it. And I guess they're actually meant to, you could wear a couple pair of socks or whatever when you're on a work site, and it makes sense for that type of purpose, where if you're working outside, you wear 2 pair of socks and it kind of fills in the shoe. But for riding a mountain bike, they're just a slight bit too loose. So what I did is I got some gel insoles that I put in, and that seemed to really help and made it really comfortable, and it really filled the shoe up where my foot didn't feel like it was a lot of room around it. It just kind of tightened it around it, and it secured it a little bit better. So I would like to see them maybe do a gel insole with this, and I would actually like to see them maybe eliminate whatever they have in the sole. I think it's Kevlar, but it makes it shoe really heavy. Maybe they could find a different type of material that's really, really light and more ideal for a mountain bike scenario, where you're going to be hiking a lot. Obviously, you want to have less weight, and you don't need something that I can kick down a concrete wall with. So that would be great if they can do that. And the other thing I would like to see them do is make these laces just a couple inches longer. I like to double knot them so they don't come loose on the trails. And I can double knot these, but they don't really give you enough lace to really double knot them. So I have to really tighten down and try to get as much lace out of the end as I can, and then I can kind of double knot them. But I mean, for what they are and how they're made, they're excellent shoes. I would like to see them lighter, with a gel sole and maybe a longer lace, and I think that would really be a great mountain biking shoe. So Indestructible shoes, if you guys are watching this video, I'd be really willing to test shoes for you if you can come up with a design that would work. But so for mountain biking, I don't highly recommend them, only because they're very heavy. I mean, almost 3 pounds. So I mean, it would probably improve my riding if I just went out with a pair of lighter sneakers. But my foot probably wouldn't be as safe as putting in. So you have to kind of weigh out the differences there, and you have to see what kind of works for you and what you're. If you're a casual rider, you probably won't need these, but if you're riding through, I live in Jersey, and a lot of our trails are very rocky, very rooty. So you're always, maybe slipping off a pedal, or catching a log, or sliding off some rocks, or whatever. So for those type of purposes, it's really great. But those three that I mentioned, which is the weight, the gel insole, and maybe a longer lace, that's not a big deal. You can just go buy longer laces, but when you spend $60 on a shoe, you want to be able to not have to go get laces right away. So that concludes my review on the Indestructible shoe. I will continue to wear them, and maybe we're getting closer to the end of riding season. It's end of October now. But I'm going to try to ride as much as I can before it starts to snow and all that crappy stuff coming down. But I hope this review helps. And look, if you guys are doing construction work, awesome shoe. They're just really well made, and very, very durable. If you look at this, I've been hitting rocks and scraping against trees, and I took a couple dumps that I lost control of the bike on the downhill, and he saved my feet. So I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I would appreciate some likes and shares, and please comment. Comments really help the YouTube algorithm, so more and more people could find my videos. I am absolutely not making any money on these, but these are a lot of fun to do, and it's giving me an opportunity to be on this side of the camera when I used to always be behind the camera. And that's always been an issue with me trying to talk in front of the camera. I just never felt comfortable. So this helped me do it, and I appreciate some comments and some likes and shares, and tell me about your experiences, or if you any type of video that you'd like to see, just let me know. Maybe I can do one. All right, thanks. Have a safe pandemic, and happy Halloween.